It's important that all government agencies has a policy to regulate the management of CCTV systems. These guidelines recently developed and are still to be put onto our website, entitled Closed Circuit Television in Public Places Guidelines, provide a broad framework to discuss issues in relation to developing a policy for public sector agencies in terms of CCTV systems. The guidelines don't recommend that agencies use CCTV. However, they provide guidance on key issues for public sector agencies when they're considering revising their policies that they already have, or when they are looking at maybe implementing a new policy.
So just a quick summary of the guidelines, some of the key elements that should be included in a policy and in standard operating procedures. So this includes looking at consultation, which has been discussed extensively and which is also covered in the Department of Justice's CCTV guide. The purpose of the CCTV, whether that's consistent with the public body's functions, whether there are other methods that may be used to address that purpose, the compliance with legislation and legal advice that may need to be sought in relation to compliance, the resources, including staffing, technology, the control room that might need to be in place for the monitors, the collection of CCTV data, so this is whether it's monitored actively, passively or retrospectively, and whether that's done by council officers, and then in some situations we noticed that was done by council officers or Victoria Police, so how that relationship would be managed. Any information to the public in relation to their ability to access the footage and the way that the council will manage the request and disclosure of footage, the circumstances in which footage will be disclosed and the criteria for which footage will be disclosed. Then also how the public body will manage data security, including control room security and who has access to the control room, what type of records might need to be kept and how those records are managed, disposal of the CCTV footage and records, privacy considerations, inappropriate use of the CCTV and methods to combat that, such as by use of a code of conduct, and accountability, audit and evaluation, which has been discussed as well, which is extremely important to have an evaluation of not just the CCTV system against the objectives and purpose, but also the actual policy and whether that needs to be adapted as well. And so we have had consultation with the various key stakeholders and received advice from them on the guidelines, and they will be finalised in the near future. And hopefully, we hope that you will find them useful when developing your policy or amending your policy as a result.